Hey guys, Zero here with Let's Play Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo. Now, those of you who know me personally probably saw this coming because Mega Man's one of my favorite game series of all time. And Mega Man X was one of my favorites. I must have played it over 100 times as a kid, and I'm serious. I replayed this thing so many damn times. And we're just going to skip the intro because I don't really care. Except for this part. When this game came out, I mean, I was simply amazed because at the time, I think it was around Mega Man 5 or 6, and then this came out for the Super Nintendo, and everything was just, the graphics are much more detailed, sprites are bigger, the music was awesome. I mean, Nintendo had awesome music too, but the Super Nintendo was able to do just so much more. So when this came out, I was really excited. I got this thing right away and I just had to play it. I really like the music in this first stage. Killer insects. Giant ass bumblebee. Now as a kid, you have to remember that I came from the Mega Man games for the Nintendo, so when I fell down here, I said, how the hell do I get out of here? There's no ladders to climb up, and I was just fooling around to try to find a way out, and then I found out that you could actually grip the walls and climb up them. Because you never could do that in the old Nintendo games, so I didn't think to try it. So I thought that was really cool. That was a new thing for me. Also, the Mega Buster seemed stronger. I mean, I don't know if it actually is or not, but it just felt like it. Now, I think if you do it just right, you can actually, as you're falling, you can get underneath the bumblebee and actually get crushed. But that's something that won't happen by accident. You have to be actually trying to do that for it to happen. I was just curious if it could. And you got the falling parts of the highway here. Fuck. If you're actually not careful, if all three pieces break away, the jump across is actually harder because you can't slide in this game. At least not yet. Not a form of it. Full shot and a one shot, and then you can just ride his car. Do the same thing, because the car is slightly faster than your running speed, as long as you don't damage the car too much. If you shoot it too many times, it gets slow and then it breaks. And then you have to just keep destroying, I think, 3 cars. You can't even see them off screen. It doesn't even matter how much damage I take right now. You'll see why in a sec. Because coming up right here, this is the first boss you run into, Vile, which I thought was one of the coolest villains in the game. And this is one of those fights that you can't win, though. You can kind of tell because it doesn't show an HP bar for him. It seems like no matter what you do, you can't beat him. So you just have to keep taking damage until he captures you. You worthless piece of scrap metal, did you think you could defeat me? Well, no, not in that giant robot of yours. Yeah, where's your arm now? And of course, Vile's gonna get away. I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. Yeah, no shit. You just got handed. Now, if you're new to the Mega Man X games, that right there, that's Zero. He's your partner. And he also appears in, I think, most of the other X games. I can't remember if he's not in one of them. I think he's in all of them. Yeah, he becomes stronger. He's basically saying, I'm strong, you're not. as powerful as I am. Zero is pretty badass though. And that's kind of where that's where I got my name from. I liked X better as a kid, but when I put my name for any game, X was too short, so I didn't want to put that, so I ended up just putting 0 just because it was a little longer. And so it just kind of stuck. And that's pretty much what I use for all my games now, as well as my account. Alright, 8 bosses like usual. We got Launch Octopus, Armored Armadillo, Storm Eagle, Spark Mandrill, Sting Chameleon, Boomer Quanger, weird name, Flame Mammoth, and the first boss we're going to be doing is Chill Penguin. And you'll see why in a minute. And this is actually the first Mega Man game that they had that the bosses weren't something man, blank man, this man, that. Fireman, Woodman, Cutman. It was actually like animal names, which they kind of abused in the later games. It got ridiculous. The latest Mega Man X games, the names are just freaking out there. I don't get it. I haven't even bothered to finish Mega Man X7 because it sucks. I hated that damn game. I even bought X8 before playing 7, so I haven't even opened up X8 yet. I don't think I ever will either. What I thought was kind of funny is there's a lot of different ice type Mega Man bosses. You got Iceman, Blizzard Man, Freeze Man. Chill Penguin stage, I think this is the first one where you've got ice on the ground like this, but you don't actually slip around on it. All the other ones had something like that in theirs, I think. Especially Iceman stage. Freaking slipped around everywhere on that stage. And it's slow going until we get... Oh, right, extra life. I'll need those later. Here. One of the best things in the game, the armor upgrades. And of course there's Dr. Light's hologram thing, because he's dead now. These capsules, there are 4 of them in the game, but this is the only one in the game that's mandatory. You can see that it's blocking your path, and you have no choice but to grab it. And you actually need it to get all the other armor pieces anyway, so you kind of have to. But this gets you the boots, which allow you to dash and mega jump. And without that, a lot of the parts in the game will be hard to do. I know that using the password system, you can kind of hack around it, and you can actually have Chill Penguin defeated without having the boots. So you can actually go through the rest of the game without the boots. And I know I did it once as a kid, and I'm pretty sure I made it all the way. So I know it's possible to play the whole game without the boots, but it's just really annoying, especially like I think one part in Sigma stage. Which, by the way, Sigma, he's the boss of this one, which I thought was kind of nice that for once the boss wasn't Dr. Wily, because it's always Dr. Wily. He always escapes and he always comes back, and he's always got some robot that busts him out of jail or whatever the hell it is. This time it's Sigma, since of course it's in the future. But Sigma pretty much ended up becoming another Dr. Wily because it's always Sigma after this. Even when you beat him, he always comes back. Although at least there's a little bit more of a reason why that happens. Yeah, I get the big robots. So I couldn't have had this when I fought Vile. Bam! Anybody here seen Robot Jocks? Besides my brother, I mean. I yield! I yield! No! Steps on him. Crush. Ah! Old movie. So I picked Chill Penguin first because you want to get the boots, and because Chill Penguin's one of the easier bosses to start off with, probably the easiest. Especially because you can grip the walls. Being able to do that is just so unfair, because most of the bosses, you can just avoid them all day long, just holding up there. And not worry about getting hit. You'll see one of the bosses later on that's especially unfair when you have the right weapon. guess what? You're dead! Yeah, so his chill penguin's real easy. And of course it shows off the latest weapon you got. Shotgun ice. Spirit gun! Shotgun! And we're just about out of time, so I have to cut this one here. So in the next one, we'll head on to the next boss. So I'll see you then.